Hey everyone, welcome to Berries and Blades. My name is Easy to Remember, and I'm here to talk about everything Lies of P today. Pretty sure. I appreciate you waiting through the ad break for that. I feel like it's supposed to start. I start the stream up, and it's supposed to wait 2 minutes and then run the 3-minute ad break, and it never does it. I don't know. It's always longer than that. It waits like 4 or 5 minutes and then runs a 3-minute ad break. I need to just force it. But anyway, appreciate you being here. Just here to, like I said, talk about Lies of P a little bit. There was a new trailer today. I'm trying something right now. In addition to streaming, I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, but I'm also right now starting to record too, in case I want to use any of this later to maybe make another breakdown. I feel like that already slowed down my computer, so we'll see. If you didn't know, I made a breakdown of the Lies of P announcement trailer for Overture. Hey Jose, it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I made a trailer for a video breakdown of the Lies of P Overture announcement trailer. And then they released a new trailer today, which I've been looking forward to at the Xbox Showcase. It's the indie developers thing that was going on today. And that was cool. So I want to talk about that a little bit. I don't know if my computer can handle doing all of these things at once, though. Let me see what this looks like over here. Maybe I should not be trying to record so much at the same time. I feel like it's pretty slow. I can't tell. Yeah, it's very broken. Maybe I should quit that. I'll just use the Twitch, and I'll just record. Oh, that was the wrong button. I'll see you in a second. You will see me in just a moment, probably. Let me get this fixed. All right, that's stopping. I think I'm still live on YouTube, so I'm just gonna keep showing them for just a second, and I'm gonna start the stream up in a second. That should still be going, right? Okay, that's still fine. Troubleshooting a couple things. All right, I don't know why that's not stopping recording. Okay, there we go. Going live on Twitch. Hopefully this is good again. I didn't do the starting soon screen, but hopefully that's all good now. All right, we're back. Maybe. All right, let's just go with that. All right, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Hopefully it looks better now. Hopefully it's not acting weird. Can't do all of those things at once, because I also have a game running in the background too, which is probably not a good idea. But we are going to, get into this trailer and then play a little bit of Lies of P. Like I was saying, I appreciate you all joining. It's gonna do another ad because I just started again, even though pre-rolls are off for 54 minutes, it says. Mm. I'm gonna have to let it go. I mean, I'm gonna have to let it run. So I think you're gonna get an ad in a minute and a half. So I'm just gonna chill for 3 minutes. And I can't. This thing is so confused right now because I went live and then shut it off immediately. It says I don't have to have another pre-roll ad for 54 minutes, but it's gonna run one anyway. And if I try to snooze it, I only have one snooze left. I don't know what that means either. I think it's because of how many times I snoozed it at the end of the last stream. So if you're here, I appreciate you sticking with me for a second because I'm pretty sure you're gonna get another ad. But watch it. And it'll be great. I'm just gonna keep talking. Jose, me and you are gonna hang out since you're subscribed right now. It's gonna be just me and you while this ad runs. But yeah, I can't stop it. All right, we got another. I'm gonna run this ad and then see you in 3 minutes. For anybody who's chilling out there. All right. But yeah, the plan is watch both of these trailers probably, because there's some stuff in both that I want to talk about. And then I've been playing Lies of P recently with Legion Arm only, so I'm gonna do that. It also says my stream is unstable at the moment, but 0 dropped frames. Maybe it's better now. See what the inspector says. This says it's stable. Twitch says it's not. That's okay. For anybody who's hanging out, I appreciate it. I appreciate you all coming out this afternoon to hang out a little bit. Now you get to hear me nerd out about Lies of P. Stream on my phone stopped, so I just need to fix my phone. All right. Yes, it's working. Okay. Minute left in ads, and then we'll just get in these trailers. All right, about 30 seconds left now, where I can get into this. I'm gonna put this link in chat for anybody who needs to go watch this video. If you're watching this later and not getting this ad or anything, you can go check out that Lies of P Overture announcement trailer breakdown that I did. I just put out a few days ago. All right, cool. Welcome back from the ad. Appreciate you being here. Just put a link in chat to the announcement trailer breakdown that I did recently. If you can't tell, I really like this game. I really like the lore. I really like the gameplay. I think there's so much about this game that's good. The music being a super highlight, which is something that's cool in the new trailer too. I think we just get into the new trailer, and I'll just watch it through once, I think. I won't say much, I'll try not to. And then we're gonna go down the rabbit hole and slow it down, because I already took some notes. And a lot of it, obviously, is just speculation and stuff, but again, I really like the game, so there's a lot to speculate on. Let's switch this over, and let's turn off this music. All right. And that should still be fine. Actually, I'm going to turn that up. Oh, this is the announcement trailer, because I accidentally did that. But let's watch this too. This is the one from last week, which I did the breakdown of. I'm going to stop this one because there's some stuff I didn't put in the video that, like, as I was making that video and watching it over and over again in slow motion and stuff, there's some stuff that's just obvious that I didn't put in there for random reasons. But then even this, later I talk about how we're probably in Hotel Krat, and I think it's kind of obvious that we are, but also it's very obvious to me that this is Hotel Krat that we're going to on this tram right now. The only time you see a good view of Hotel Krat is really in the very beginning of Lies of P. There's a moment where you go up to it, and you can, well, there's two moments. You see it from like a shoreline that you're standing on, and then you see it in a cinematic when you walk up to it for the first time, and you can see this tower on it, but you never go to that part in the game. So this, I'm pretty sure, is Hotel Krat.
I'm sorry. You want to know the year?
This is interesting because this is like, looks like it's in a mountainous area, and I don't think this is, like, these two shots cut away from each other, but I don't think they're actually right next to each other. Like, I think that's separate. Like, I don't think to the right, if you could see, there would be a carnival over there. I think that's a completely different part of the map that we haven't seen before. It's just cut really funny.
What a pleasure to meet a stalker worthy of the name. It's been far, far too long.
I also said in that trailer that, or in that breakdown, that's probably Neil Newbon, and I still think that it probably is. But it's just speculation at this point. I think one of the things that reaffirmed that for me is literally just like a fan account that I saw later that said that it was probably him. But I don't know that anyone knows for sure, right? But it just sounds like him a lot. This thing is the Hall of Adventure, which I think is that first building, which I mentioned before. It's pretty cool that it's weird that there's already some destruction here, because this is in the past. So this moment's leading up to the puppet frenzy, but there's already, like, it looks like there are puppet bodies and a human body in here. So, like, something else is going on. Like, there's already bad shit happening before the puppet frenzy. The other thing to take note of is this outfit that he was wearing. Like, P is wearing this hat and this, like, fur over his shoulder and, like, just winter clothes. But he doesn't start the trailer that way. Like, right, clearly this is him in the base game, and he's got his other clothes on, right? And then we see him in those clothes here. And I think that's important, and we're going to come back to that in the next trailer.
Pleasure to meet a stalker worthy
just timing-wise, it's interesting.
Far too long.
My forever friend.
And here's
Help me to
Spring,
hold
the
your
cat.
hand and dance.
You're not the puppet I was expecting. Who are you?
I've seen some interesting speculation on who this person is. My immediate first thought when I saw this person was that it was like Adriana, who becomes the name I can never say, Laxasia, I guess, or Laxasia. I think it's Laxasia, actually, or something like that. The complete. But she did not have puppet arms. She had regular human arms, but she was like a complete being, according to Simon Monis, because of the ergo that she got, or the ergo that she got. Like she actually survived the transformation process. And so I don't think this person is her, but that was my immediate first thought for some reason when I saw her. Like this is an earlier version of her, but I don't think that's true. I do think that this person is very potentially like could be. I've seen speculation that they could be like one of the immortals that's referred to in the base game. I don't know how I feel about that, but could be. I am still really intrigued by this puppet and just its mask and if those implications. Oh, remember this mask because this mask is important soon, actually, in the new trailer.
Are you?
That just like gold mask with the three things protruding from either side.
She was looking for someone.
I really wish I knew what this thing was. I have looked at the concept art for this room and you can see these machines on the side, so like it's clearly some sort of engineering room. I just don't know what they're doing in here.
Legendary.
This thing we get to see in the new trailer, which is fun. And we'll get to this in a second. I've recently seen that a lot of people think that this is Valentinus Monad, who is Sophia's father and who opened the Monad Charity House, who was the leader of the Alchemist. I don't necessarily think that that's true, but this cave we get to see more of in the next trailer, so we'll talk about it there. I think I talked about most things I wanted to about the Legendary Stalker in the breakdown that I did. I didn't include some stuff that got released like a day before I released that video, which was they did this cool IGN got this video that's just basically a model of the Legendary Stalker, and they're just like giving you a closer look, and you can see a lot of details on the sword, which you don't see in this trailer that much. Which basically that there's like roses and stuff on the sword, so that's where the petal imagery and stuff comes from, partially. Also, the charity house is called the Rose Estate, so there is that, which I didn't explicitly state in the video. But there's a much better look at the mask in the next trailer and in that video that IGN released, that you can sort of tell that this is a bug-faced mask. So I think it seems like it could be a cricket. It does seem like it could be a bird too, obviously with the plume and stuff. But there's a much closer look that makes it look like the eyes are like bug eyes. Which to me makes a lot of sense. Because when you first start Lies of P and you pick up a weapon for the first time, you basically pick whether you're going to be a dex, a strength, or a balanced player. And it talks about it in terms of stalkers, where we know stalkers are called the bastards and the sweepers are two different types of stalkers. And I believe, I'm probably going to get this backwards. I feel like sweepers, I don't remember which one is which now. I'd have to look at the menu again. I know what order they're in on the screen, so I guess a bastard uses dex and a sweeper uses strength. And the balanced one is called the Way of the Cricket, which makes a lot of sense if the Legendary Stalker is said to, later in the game, the legendary stalker is said to like not be a bastard, to not be a sweeper, but something else entirely. And it makes way more sense that it's not just referring to Jiminy as, Jiminy Cricket, but like if the legendary stalker is a cricket and the way of the cricket is the balanced path that's neither bastard nor sweeper, they're just entirely something else and better.
No one else could. Too many stalkers were lost.
Me and a friend were talking about this sword one night, like the night the trailer came out. And they were saying it looked a lot like, again, Laxosia's sword. And so we like looked at that model, and it's close, but it's not the same. It does look interestingly close, though. And we can take another look in the game soon, actually. Why they're not the same. Oh, he's going to hold it up in a second. Like, this thing has a lot of gears on it. And clearly, like, I don't know, it feels like this thing open and closes for real if you get a good look at it. Like, I almost think, honestly, from an engineering perspective, if I were looking at this, thinking about how this would work, I feel like that center column turns and those two blades completely like open so that you do this sort of weird like spinning attack with the blade at the end, almost like a propeller. Like that's what that looks like to me. I don't know that it could do that because the like clamps that are holding the blades to the centerpiece don't quite like stretch far enough, but I don't know, maybe. I think it's going to be some sort of weird spinning attack with that blade, though.
Too many stalkers were lost to that evil.
One of the things I didn't say, one of the things I cut from the breakdown was a simple line about this person. I said that in the trailer or in the breakdown, I think I said we get a look at a new stalker. And in my original script, I wrote a stalker with slightly blue skin. And I think it's because I saw some armor on them that's blue, and they have some decay on them. They have like some of the carcass stuff on them. But when I was like actually recording or editing the video, I noticed like there's multiple parts of their arms and their fingertips particularly that aren't blue. So it's like, oh, maybe I was just wrong. I saw this and somehow I was like, oh, I should just take out that part where I say slightly blue skin. Because I can't tell, like, is that armor on their chest? Is that something else? Like, there's clearly some sort of breastplate on their, like, that goes down towards their waist. But somehow I completely, when being like, oh, but their skin is clearly not blue because their fingertips aren't, I, like, didn't notice. I didn't think to, like, talk about the fact that there was corruption on their arm, which I think we see a better look at in a second. And it was like, oh, clearly, like, they do have blue skin somewhat. Like, there is corruption on their arm. So it probably is a stalker, but somehow they did get infected. But, yeah, I just, like, ended up cutting some stuff because I didn't want to go back and make more edits. I'm still curious about this. I think other people think that this Legion arm is necessary to pull out the bow, and I think that's very possible. But clearly later in the trailer we see this arm being used with a sword. So maybe the attack from this arm is like using the arm means pulling out this bow, but I'm not certain. This thing is just so weird. And this place is so fucked up. With these restraints on this thing. But these claws, man. They're so fucking fast. Like, I can't wait to try those. Yeah, and we get there's a good look at them when it first starts up. Like, these things are like really ornately crafted too. Like, they have some really cool stuff on them. I wonder what that symbol is on the hand restraint. It also has carvings in it. And one looks like an N with a mark through it. But yeah, these claws look sick. And they look like they extend out. Like if you look at this view, it looks like they're short and then they extend. Hey, what's up, Shamari? And then there's this gun blade, which obviously is cool. On this guy with this weird face. And there's this weapon that you can see in this shot that I didn't really talk about. It might have been earlier. Oh no, it's coming down with his other hand, the fifth hand or whatever. Yeah, I could see them extending when you do certain attacks too. Yeah, there's this big like lance trident thing here that it could be a trident. It's turned sideways. I can't tell. It looks like it almost has 3 points on it. I'm excited to see if this is the Isle of Alchemist again. I guess the other thing I didn't say earlier, we saw that submarine, which means I think we are probably going to the... We probably are going back to the Isle of Alchemist or Alchemist Isle. Because why not? There's plenty of stuff there.
Your survival is all that matters. Nothing else comes close.
We should just watch this attack
Your
and
survival
get to the next
is
trailer.
all that matters. Nothing else comes close. Not even my life. I swear I won't be late. Not again.
Yeah, that attack is sick. Also, music on point as always. Let's get this other trailer now. This is a new one. I'm just gonna let this one play. And then we'll break it down after. It's such a cool transition.
Listening to this song always reminds me of you. But now you belong to the past. Do you remember the time we all gathered to play this piece together? I never got to say farewell. I know it changed everything, but we endured.
I really love that shot.
someday, if we can cross the bounds of time, we'll meet again.
All right. We gotta watch that again, and we gotta talk about some stuff. One, I noticed way later after watching it for the first time that that the Liza P official channel posted it, which is what this is. And they called it the story trailer. So this is supposed to be, our sort of introduction to what the story is going to be about. And so it does tell us, I think, a little bit about where we're going to be visiting. And in the early description that was given, maybe I should just go find it real fast. There's a note about like going to find the legendary stalker. Or it's, to be clear, it says cross the bounds of time in Liza P. Overture, a dramatic prequel that transports you back to Krat and its unseen grandeur on the verge of collapse. And it says follow the path of the legendary stalker, uncover hidden secrets, and endure relentless battles that will define the past and future of Liza P. But it's that follow the path of the legendary stalker, which I think is important for this trailer, because there is like a lot of time stuff happening even in this trailer, in where we're seeing things happen. And it does seem like we're literally following in her footsteps for a little while until we catch her. And I'm wondering how quickly we catch up to her. Because we start with her, right? I think we can assume that this really is her that we're seeing, and then it transitions. And there's a time jump, right? I think this is literally P traveling the same path that she traveled to get wherever he's going. And he is in the new like winter clothes, which I think means he's been here for a little bit. Like I don't think we're gonna go into the DLC. And if you've played Liza P recently, you know that they sometimes give away outfits. Yeah, I bet so. I mean, they made this game that way. Just wait till it's... Well, I guess it won't be as bad. It'll just make... When they make Lies of D, it's just going to be weird to say. But the subtitles won't be as weird. See, that was fine. But I think we're following him, and if you've played Liza P, like I said, and you have joined after they gave away free outfits or something, you just join and they're suddenly in your inventory and you can just put them on. I don't think we're gonna like go to the DLC and you have a new outfit that you can just put on. I think there will be some reason to get it somewhere, right? So I think that means some time has passed since P arrives in this timeline. Like, I think that we're seeing a cutscene that's very near the beginning right now, but not the beginning. But pretty close. Kind of like when you see the opening credits after fighting the clown or the parade master. I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now, is whatever cutscene's going to happen after that. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we don't see this at all, and this is literally just a story trailer just to get us grounded in the world. But I think we are seeing him follow in her actual footsteps. I also have my notes. I made a bunch of notes earlier.
Listening to this song always reminds me of you.
This was interesting
Listening to
because
this song
obviously there's these rose petals everywhere.
will always remind.
And again, I don't know if we're seeing, I know we're not seeing everything completely in order because we're jumping back and forth from P's perspective and the legendary stalker's perspective. But this is
Mindful of you.
an alchemist. And I think that she's probably at the Rose Estate already because we see her go to the Rose Estate. Yeah, I think it's very possible, Joey, that, yeah, the beginning will cover traveling back and then we start in that timeline, having been there for a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think yeah, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward that we're going to get into it right away. I'm inclined to believe that we're going to see Sophia again, that maybe some time has passed after the end of the game. And we're going to see Sophia again, who is going to give us that item to travel. Maybe she doesn't, maybe we get it somewhere else. But I feel like if it's the Rise of P ending, which I think is supposed to be the good ending, then she's still alive in a different form. So I think we could be getting that. You know what? I think maybe we need to go back and look at the first trailer in a second to see what clothes he's wearing at the submarine. I think he's wearing the new clothes when he goes to the submarine. But the submarine obviously takes us back to that Isle of Alchemist, or Alchemist Isle, which means that's how we could be going back to get to her to get that item to travel through this broken stargazer.
Can it be winter all of
See, because that's the other thing I was gonna say. He's wearing these new clothes already, so I think this is after, or like shortly after we arrive, because I think Jiminy is gonna say this around this time.
I'm sorry. You want to know the year? What a pleasure to meet a stalker worthy
See, he is
of the
wearing
name.
the new clothes in that, huh? Seems like it. So this is actually in the past already. So I don't know where we're gonna get that thing. But I think we get that thing pretty early and then just go tap into that stargazer. The broken one. This guy's interesting though because of because he's an alchemist. This is the bandaged alchemist. Like we see these guys in the game. I think I'm on the screen in the game. Hop over to that real quick. Yeah, I have this guy's model pulled up. I don't think I guess so, but I don't think we are. I think we're seeing him in the past. I kind of want us to somehow end up in the train at the end of the DLC. And then wake up in the chair again. And then play the game with all the new shit. But here's this guy. These are the bandaged alchemists. That guy who's on the ground clearly has something else on his chest. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere, but I don't know what it is. I can't remember. But yeah, this is one of these bandaged alchemists. And so I don't know why they were at the estate. I wanted to look at this a little bit, and we don't actually get to see. Oh. Yeah, this sword, like I said, is super interesting. This is the second phase, so let's go back to the first. This sword is super similar in the blade style of the other weapon, but it's not. It's definitely not the same blade as the one in the other trailer. I've seen people say that the handle on that other sword looks like this thing, and I think that's interesting. But I don't know. Oh, I'll go over back to this bandaged alchemist guy. I'm very curious where we're seeing him. Oh, no, the game audio is going too. Right. Yeah, and I think I've seen this thing around this guy's neck before, and I don't know where. I can't remember where I've seen it. Clearly an alchemist, and maybe in the Rose Estate. And I don't know where this is in relation to everything else, but we're going to this weird cave with these candles that are clearly the candles in the other trailer with that weird structure. I went back to look at Romeo's weapon because this curved blade is very similar, but not quite. But we get another shot of a curved weapon soon, and I kind of wondered if it's the same. But now I can see this detailing on it. I don't think it is. This is where I wanted to point out that I said that there was a gold mask on that puppet. There's this weird gold mask over here on the left side of the screen. You can't see my cursor. Oh, you can. That's like, I think it's the same kind of gold mask, but we don't necessarily see the protrusions from the side. What I did notice about this screenshot is there's a record player over here. I wonder if for a little while this is our base of operations and this is where we start playing records from. Like, I think that makes sense to me. But it is weird that there's all these puppet pieces in here. And I think we're outside of that Hall of Adventure building. So I'm very curious whose blade this is.
But now you belong to the past.
And it's still dripping blood, which is wild because it feels like maybe that should have stopped. And then we got more roses. We got the Monad logo, lapel pin sort of thing. And hers is on a rose. So this is the legendary stalker. And she sees a different view of this weird wax sculpture. That again, people are saying could be Valentinus. And I'm more likely to think that now, seeing as how she's going to some cave somewhere that seems to be a monument or like a shrine of sorts to them, to this person. I don't know why he would have this weird thing of like having a bunch of arms and having arms come down from the ceiling, if he was also doing some weird shit like Simon Monis was. But then we see her like react to a coat
Do
on
you
the
remember the
ground.
time we all gathered to play this piece together?
And again, another one of those symbols. And it's all the stuff that the kids or maybe even staff wore at, I guess staff too, wore at the Monad Charity House when they turned it into a school. But then it some time passes, right? Like we see her doing this, and she comes up and she
Gathered to
grabs
play
this
piece together.
thing. And so we see P like showing up later because that thing is gone now. So this is clearly him still just following the path. So I wonder how long we're going to be following her before we catch up. And in the trailer, we're going to see where we catch up. And we saw in the first too. The other interesting thing I noticed about this jacket, honestly, is that it's the style of the Spectre's jacket. Like, we only really see the silhouette because the Spectre in the game, the summon in Lies of P, is like just all black. Like wearing all black and just a shadowy figure. And it looks like, honestly, it could be that they're wearing a jacket like this, which again could be like a student uniform, or it could be, I don't know why it would be Valentinus's jacket here, but I guess it could be. It could be Romeo's, it could be Carlo's for all we know, but we know that she finds Carlo like dead on the ground in Monad Charity House, which again, we're not in that house right now. We're not at the Rose Estate at this moment. We're in some shrine in a cave, and it could be behind it. Yeah, maybe the summon is Geppetto's puppet from the past being summoned by himself in the base game, part of the timeline. It would be interesting if, I think that could totally be possible. I think if they wanted to, if they were trying to give away too much in this trailer, they would have made P's hair long. And they didn't for some reason. Which is interesting in a sense because in the good ending of the game, in the best ending, I think, of the game, your hair grows long and turns gray. So like I think that if they wanted to sell that idea like completely, I think they could have done that here. And maybe they're just trying to hide it. Because you could be like totally right on that, yeah, we're summing ourselves from the past, but with long hair, because it's actually the like newer version. It's like the older version of himself. And we're still following her. She's picked up this thing. Like we switched back now to the other timeline. We are going to talk about these, what she's saying the whole time too, because I think that has a huge implication for what's going on. So he leaves here and he goes to this cabin, which I assume is where we find her. But clearly some shit went down outside. But then we see her for the first time again. And this shot is a different shot from the other trailer, right? And we can see the lamp on her hip. We can see the pin on her chest. We get a better look at we get a better shot of her mask, which I think those are like more bug-like eyes and more like cricket-like than a bird. We don't really get a good shot of the sword right here, I don't think, to see the roses and stuff on it, but maybe she turns it sideways just enough. Yeah, I'm definitely The shot of her pointing almost looks like the train car at the beginning of the game, like the table anyway. Yeah, I could see how that room could look like that. I think we're just inside of that cabin. One of the things I noticed, interesting kind of side note, when I was playing the base game again recently because of all this trailer stuff, I started a completely fresh run and I was in the train car again for the first time, and I noticed that there are like 3 or 4 cans of cat food on one of the tables in there, and I didn't really see that anywhere else throughout the game. So it kind of made me wonder if maybe we don't see the cat in Hotel Crop, but I'm actually even more certain that we did. It's just weird that I don't know why Spring would have been in the train car, and maybe we get to see that. I don't know. This thing, in a second, we're gonna go into the game and take a look at something because I want to see this thing up close in the game as well. But it flips out like a pocket watch almost, or a locket more so. And I think it's the thing, my guess is that this is Romeo's locket that you get after you beat Romeo, but I'm not 100% certain. And this ties into the letter, because I think I said letter, even though I didn't say letter yet, but all the stuff that she's reading, I think is a letter that she sent back in time or forward in time. She sent a letter that P finds. Like, we're reading the letter that P finds, and she says, maybe if we cross the bounds of time, we'll meet again. And I think to like prove that he's him, or like whatever, has this locket to give back to her. But we'll listen to those words in a second. Oh yeah, I also saw that, like, keep wondering what sort of time paradox stuff will go down. I kind of wonder if there will be any. I feel like there has to be some, just because time travel is tricky like that. But more specifically, I think if Choi Ji-won says that they subconsciously made a developer's cut of this game, then I kind of feel like, yes, there will be time stuff involved because there was already time stuff involved. But it will be interesting to see how he gets to the beginning of the puppet frenzy and then suddenly resets and doesn't remember all of this stuff. That clearly in itself will be a time paradox. That, like, it doesn't make any sense that, like, he loses all of it. He starts the game with no humanity, becomes human, is able to travel back in time with his humanity intact, and then gets to the point, at the beginning where he doesn't have humanity again. Which is why, to your point, Joey, in the text message you were talking about, like, I wonder how big it's going to be. Or maybe you said this in that comments and I needed to respond to it. I think it's going to be bigger than we think. Because I think it'll be very interesting if they do really make a more complete version of the game with this, so that what we do in this game could translate to the, like, main story. Like, if somehow what we do in this will actually affect, because it says in that, in the description they gave, right, that, like, all right, I lost it. It says, endure relentless battles that will define the past and future of Lies of P. And I wonder if that's not just, like, something to sell this story, but to, like, actually will somehow affect the rest of the game, and you play the game in a different way. Like, I think one of the coolest things that could happen that Elden Ring didn't pull off is beating the DLC changes the rest of the game. Yeah, but I mean, I wonder if it does really make a more complete version of the game, because it's like the actual true ending can't be had without the DLC being played, which I think is where Shadow of the Erdtree failed in what it did. Like, it's really good, but playing the DLC doesn't really affect the rest of the world. It's just weird, though, that there's not an extra ending for what happens if you choose to do something like all those things are supposed to be happening concurrently in Elden Ring. Like, that's the way they said it. Miyazaki said this is happening at the same time as the rest of the story. So it's weird that it doesn't really affect anything. It's weird to think that it just doesn't have an effect on the rest of the game because you killed Miquella. So it's just like another boss. It's like a boss with a whole nother lead up that has kind of no effect on one of the 6 endings that you pick, you know, or one of the 3 major ones. I wasn't disappointed at all. I probably played it more than most people played it. I just think that they left more questions unanswered that we won't ever get answers to, and that's okay. It's just what it is. Guessing the Ergo is catalyst for time travel in early winter. Yeah, Ergo's definitely has something to do with it, but it also has to do with, Sophia's powers to rewind time. Like, she's definitely gotten that. And if Legendary Stalker knows of time reversing powers, that could explain her mentoring crossed paths again. But was she talking to Carlo? So I think Carlo died much longer ago. Not that much longer ago than we realized, but it's been like 15 to 20 years and maybe even 30 I've seen as being part of it, because Vanini is like 30 years old. And the timeline for stuff means that like 20 to 30 years ago is when Carlo died. It's been a long time. But I guess technically with spring being there, like if you think about a cat's lifespan, it's like I saw someone talking about it's anywhere between like 12 and like 20 years or some shit. So like it's at least 12 years ago that we're going. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's time paradox shit, so they can make it affect whatever they want. Again, because I think when they talked about this being a developer's cut of the game, then what is the story they wanted to tell that they didn't tell? What's all the stuff they left out? We're gonna take a better look at that locket in just a little bit. Yeah. Better shot of this. Again, what I think is probably a weird bug helmet. Probably a cricket helmet. Yeah, the Legendary Stalker clearly knows of time reversing powers, like you were saying, though. No, that's what I mean, though. But it says, like, it's... If the more complete version is, like, telling the story of time travel or whatever, then, like, it doesn't necessarily have to change the base game at all to do that. Because, again, we might get to the beginning of the game and lose all of our powers. or humanity. I think we'd have to, in some way, shape, or form. This work on here is like super. No, just summer. This shot is interesting because we can see the sword with the roses on it, like the hilt. Yeah, for sure. Much better look at the stalker, and this serrated blade that this person has is super interesting. She's like running through blood to get to this person who, this is what I wanted to talk about. This person is dual wielding a sword and this weird sickle thing that is curved. And I don't think this is the same blade as that other one, because this one has these weird protrusions from the edge of it, like more serrated things. So we're at 140 right now. Like this one doesn't look the same and doesn't have the intricate work on it, but we don't really see the end is not the same. Like this is definitely a different sickle type thing, but they're very similar. But yeah, this dude has some cool ass swords. To have a in the background, yeah, of this room, yeah, there's puppet arms and legs and stuff all over. Yeah, I don't know if you were here for when I said this earlier. Like, I think this gold mask is interesting being in here because it's like the gold mask on the other winged puppet in the other trailer. There's these puppet arms and legs, and there's this record player where I think this might be our base of operation for a little while, where we come back to play records. And this, I think, is right outside the Hall of Adventure. Yeah, so she runs up here. This dude parries her. That blade is so interesting, though. The, like, curve of the boss's blade here is super interesting. That, like, how thick it is at the bottom. And, oh, what I didn't say is this person is wearing, like, all white. This white coat with this white, but then they have this breastplate that's, like, green or yellow or gold. And then they're wearing this red handkerchief. But then you can kind of see maybe the bottom of a mask that's like gold or something that has a weird opening for the mouth, or maybe has a vent. Maybe this is just a stalker that's wearing some other mask. Because it's like, that's not the bottom of a chin up there. I don't know what that is. It could be a weird shaped neck, I guess. I don't know. Then you see them fighting a bear together, which is cool as shit.
But we endure.
This shot right here is so nice. I like this shot so much. Yeah. So at this point, they've met up, right? They met in the workshop and then start going together. But I don't think that fight that we just saw happens in that order. I'm not sure where that takes place, obviously. But I think she did that already. I don't think that fight happened with P around. Because now I think they're traveling together, and we see where they're going in a moment. But I think they're heading back to the city from the wilderness.
Perhaps
maybe maybe a mask with neck skin exposed under it. Yeah, I didn't read that out loud, but I did read that, and I think that's probably true. So we see them going to Monad Charity
Day,
House
if we can
in this
cross the
scene.
bounds of time.
Yeah, it does seem like it was in the Revenge Quest. It's one of the oddly placed scenes that it seems weird that it didn't come earlier. But I think it's because we're now going to get to that place that she had that battle in Monad Charity House. And you can see, like, obviously the big M at the top, but you can see it says Charity House underneath. Like, it says Monad right here across this section. It might be super hard to see on stream. And it does say Charity House underneath that. But this is the Rose Estate, its other name, where they're going. And I kind of think this place is huge. And I wonder if a lot of the game is going to take place in here, or if it's just going to be like um the opera house or the whatever it's called. Why did I forget what it's called? I forgot the real name. Where we fight the king of puppets. Or puppet king. I wonder if it's gonna be like that, or if it's gonna be like a lot of the game is gonna take place here, or this is like the end game to return to this place.
Perhaps someday, if we can cross the bounds of time, we'll meet again.
But once again, music is fucking killing it. It's great. I'm pretty sure this ad is gonna start in a second, or has already started. Hasn't said anything. I'm gonna run this ad and then come back and talk about it a little bit more before I get to playing the game. Because it's supposed to start now. So yeah, I'm gonna come back to this because I do want to talk about what the Legendary Stalker is saying real fast. Because I think it is a letter. But yeah. Thanks for being here. If you're hearing me right now, I'm gonna go to ad break and I'll see you in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with me through the break. I realized I didn't put any music on for you while you were here, if you were here, and not seeing an ad. But let's go back over to this trailer real quick, I think. I'm actually gonna let that be on mute for a second. Or low. Oh, of course, I can't hear it. I do want to talk about what she says. I'm gonna let the trailer play, put it really low or muted, and just read what she says. Because she says, listening to this song always reminds me of you, but now you belong to the past. Do you remember the time we all gathered to play this piece together? I never got to say farewell. I know it changed everything, but we endured. Perhaps someday, if we can cross the bounds of time, we'll meet again. And I kind of think,
But now you belong to the past.
I think this is something she wrote after Carlo died, right? And
Do you remember the time we all gathered to play
I
this
feel like
piece
we're gonna
together?
find this written somewhere in the future, which is gonna spark Geppetto's puppet.
I never got to say farewell.
It's gonna be something that Geppetto's puppet finds and then sparks this curiosity to ask if he can go back to see what happened. To like see if he can change anything or like help. Because she could be talking about someone else, but I think it is about
Everything,
Carlo.
but we endured. Perhaps someday, if we can cross the bounds of time, we'll meet again.
But yeah, I hope that we it will definitely be interesting to find out how Timothy gets back to the start of the base game. Yeah, I think it is too. I think it could be really interesting to actually make it to that point. It's weird that he wakes up in the train in a chair. And Sophia basically at the end of the game says, I was looking for you. And so maybe she knows that she already knows him. You know? Like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out. Man, I haven't watched Back to the Future 3 in so long. It's been a very long time. 2 is the one where they don't need roads, but also 3 is they also still don't need roads, obviously. Because their train flies too. If I can find it real quick, I'll see if I can share this video. Give me 2 seconds. I have this video of this trailer that, or not a trailer, but this like just video of the stalker on a blank screen. I don't know if I have it in a place where I can share it. Okay, yeah, I found it. Let me go. Oh, hold on. Gotta switch to studio mode so I can change this thing. How do I? Okay, just hide that. Add a new scene. Image. Media source. Window capture. Yep. Okay. Let's go over to the browser again. And then check out this thing. This is something that IGN released. That is a look at the Stalker model, which clearly roses on the hilt of his thing. Some cool leather gloves, like fucking highly detailed. Yeah, and then a good look at the mask. And the pin on her shirt. But yeah, this shit's cool. Also, oh, I should look at it in that trailer. Here, let me switch back over to the trailer. Because that, I really like the details on the sword. Like, you can see them there too, but there's a shot. And Joey, you can probably remind me what this is called when you see it. But there's in this sword fight, you can see her blade. And I like this, what is this called? This, like, cavity in the sword? Yeah, the fuller. Yeah, I really like that detail of this sword. It's a super interesting looking blade. I don't know, I couldn't fucking remember what that was called. I just haven't been watching enough Forge from Fire lately, I guess. Yeah, it's gotta be super fucking lightweight. Oh, that's the other thing I didn't say. The other thing that's interesting about them fighting together is, and it's interesting that it's this weapon, is that P is using the saber in this fight. We don't get a look at another new weapon. We see P using the saber. Oh, and there's a good shot of the fuller there too. And so she's using that sword that's a saber sort of weapon, and he's using this weapon that's a saber, which is, you know, again, in the base game, when you choose at the very beginning of the game, that's the weapon you get if you choose the path of the cricket, is the saber. So, like, that's cool that he's using it. It's like he's training with it right now with her as they go back to the city. That's a nice little detail. And I seriously do wonder, because we see it in this shot, if, or maybe we see it at the very end, if they, like, literally both have Jiminy on them right here. Because that's cool if they're both just walking around with Jiminy like that. Yeah.
Someday, if we can cross the bounds of time.
I'm stoked. I can't wait till we actually get to play it. And on that note, we should just play some Lies of P. Close that stuff out. Get that stuff out of the way. And Yeah, let's take a look. Is that sword right here? Yeah, yeah. Man, some other manifestation of Jiminy in the DLC would be rad as fuck. Yeah, like as a human, I agree. I agree, but I think that it's been too long, because I think if Jiminy was ever human, I think we'd have to see even further in the past. Because I think that would have been around the time Carlo died, and I think Jiminy might literally already be in the Legendary Stalker's, you know, lamp right now. So I agree, it would be cool to see him. I would really like confirmation that at some point he was, in fact, human or something else, because I feel like it feels like he was. All right. I don't know what game. I think the last game I played was, yeah, the Legion Arm game. Oh, I just realized I never fixed the screen. Taylor's not in chat. I forgot. I think if I change it right now... Hold on. Okay, let me fix that real fast. It's not that big a deal, but it's an easy fix, except for the part where my camera has to move a tiny bit. This is going to be difficult just because I might just have to leave it. Because I have too much shit on my screen right now, so it's hard to look at what I'm trying to look at. Like 30 more seconds to see if I can tell. This is going to be off. Wait, what am I seeing? Oh, okay. I get it. Okay, I'm gonna switch over and then I'm gonna fix this thing when you see it. Oh, you're not gonna see it because it's broken. That's close, right? All right. Okay, so I just got to Barren Swamp. This is a Legion Arm only run. I used this thing for the first time the other day. This Deus Ex Machina, which I think I might keep it, I guess. Because now that we're in the swamp, it's gonna be all carcass stuff. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on, but I'll try to at least get to the swamp monster. Oh, I need to not go too far because there's some stuff. that I want to do first.
This place is... Okay, there's no easy way to say this. It's a puppet graveyard. Humans call it an illegal dumping site. The city tried to stop it, but eventually had much bigger concerns. If the Grand Exhibition's horrific solution spread this far too, it's just too terrible to think about. Oh, why am I thinking about it?
I'm gonna get rocked in here quite a bit. This run is interesting and has been kind of fun, but also it's kind of boring because I can only do like 3 things at a time. And then when we get to enemies like this, it's just a lot of the same shit. And they don't even give me that much Legion armor back, so then I have to use the thing. This section's gonna be rough. I forgot that there were puppet enemies here, and I should have thought about that. Because the Fulminus like takes these people out much faster. Alright, cool. Later, Joey. Thanks for hanging out. I think there's a... Oh no, that's down there. This motherfucker. Oh shit. Did it anyway, and then died. Died because of a trap. And because I took a stupid hit that I shouldn't have hit. Oops. Oh shit, I'm gonna die again. Oops. Do I not have any? I do. This was corruption, right? Yeah. This is where the ball falls down. And where stupid puppet comes. Should not have done that. Shit. Oh, fuck. Damn it. I hate that so much. Couldn't get out of that because I was charging up the arm. I should have healed up to full. I will just run there this time. Very scary. That dog might kill me. Oh shit. I tried to jump over him. Bad. Oh, you fucker. I hate that that didn't do what it's supposed to do. Fuck. Why did I think you were gonna do the other thing? Oh, you fucker. Okay, should be it. I should go spin this ergo. Oh, this fucker up here. Oh, I was thinking of a different spot. Oh no. I thought I stepped in a trap, and that's why I got break, but I didn't see a trap. Okay, the big puppet's gone though. I don't think I saw this place with those explosive dogs when you played before. Yeah, they're definitely a pain in the butt. Okay, there is a trap right there and I just didn't see it. Oops, that's not right. Fuck. I'm gonna die. Way too close. I think you'll recognize this place. If you saw any of it, you'll recognize it when I get further in. Any bridges scare me in this game. Oh, this part's gonna suck. Okay, maybe these don't have guns. It'll be okay. I think one does though. Let's go get whatever's down here. Oh, 100%. Just keep doing this until you die. So slow to only do one at a time. Oh, this dude does have fucking gun. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm gonna die. Oops. Fuck. Can't believe I did that. This part is gonna suck without a fucking sword. There's a section later with machine guns that are, it's gonna be real bad. I keep thinking I have the other arm equipped, and it don't. Okay. What the fuck? I thought I dodged. Man, I was so close to getting to that shortcut. What's ridiculous is this is like the most deaths I've had in a long time. This run has been fairly slow, but I haven't been dying really at all. Whoa, that's weird. Shit. I'm stuck. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I got the shortcut back down. I think we go up there first, and then we'll go talk to fake Alidoro. And I'm trying to think if there was something I wanted to do before the city falls. Before the city, like, gets destroyed. 'Cause I think that's gonna happen in a second. What? Go talk to him. And it doesn't trigger anything bad yet.
Those damn alchemists. The terms of the bargain, almost intolerable. Well, it's not like I care about those hotel people anyway. But there are limits.
This dude's just talking about betraying us.
How do you do? It's quite odd that we should meet in a place like this. Oh, don't pretend surprised that I got here before you. After all, I can elude the darkest monsters, the loftiest beings. In fairness, I do benefit from your prowess as well. I shall tell you something, since we're nearly peers. They say a terrible monster lives on the cliff at the end of the swamp. It behaves like a crow, gathering shiny things. I have absconded with treasures from its lair. Rare parts and weapons, worthy of a hero. That catch your interest? If you're hunting ergo monsters, you might put that friendly tip to use. You're a worthy hunter, and it is worthy prey. Show that swamp monster what you're capable of.
This fight's gonna suck when I get there. Should maybe go buy a bunch more throwables while we have the money. Yeah, I think we're going to. I don't know if that thing breaks, but I can never trust him. We go to Krot, and then we go to Rosa Isabelle Street to do that thing, because that's the other thing we needed to do. I knew that was something I needed to do before Krot gets destroyed in the weird earthquake thing. Oh, we need to put on some music too. Oh, right.
Lady Antonia has heard about the Grand Exhibition. She realizes their cure is meaningless. Her illness has worsened. Perhaps because she lost hope. I fear we might lose her soon. Lady Antonia cautions against it, to be sure. But I still believe the gold coin fruit is our last hope. I have heard about an alchemist who knows how to use that most miraculous of medicines. Please find a way to treat her. This is a supply box, officially approved by the city of Krot. I shall open it and add it to the hotel shop. Many thanks, good sir. No matter what fate brings us, I will be at Lady Antonia's side. Serving her is my duty, the very reason I was created. Welcome to Hotel Craft. How may I be of service?
Still got lots of these. Buy a few more.
Losing the horse, build up the seas, set the serpents alight. Define the heights, behold your sight for those windmills. Let them run again, 'cause I will fight. And it didn't go right.
Sweet.
How's the cure for the petrification disease coming along? Glad you asked. It's going well, thanks to you. Sadly, it cannot cure everyone completely. Victims who have progressed too far have already lost organ function, and there's no way to restore that. Even if we eliminate the petrification disease, they won't last long. Their passing might be less painful than petrification, though. Are you sure? I can make a cure, Mr. Stalker, but I leave the choice to you. A longer but painful life, or a quicker but peaceful end. I'll make the cure if you give me one gold coin fruit. Stalker, please. If you pick some gold coin fruit for me, I'll give you a reward.
The other thing, we find out later, Giangio is like working for like higher up alchemist. And he's also like blue skinned, like that person we see in the first trailer. There's reason to think that maybe he's not just an alchemist, but one of the immortals as well. So I kind of wonder if that woman
Isn't exactly stable. Give it to the patient.
if that person in the announcement trailer really is some sort of immortal or somehow related to Giangio.
I believed in you, and my belief has been rewarded. She can be cured. It feels like a dream. The possibility of imminent death, though. Why won't pain ever leave her alone? I cannot make this choice. Every option is painful. I cannot know what's best for her. What would you choose? Yes. I suppose ignoring her pain wouldn't be right. Thank you so much. No matter what happens, I will accept it. I will administer the medicine. Please accept this token of my gratitude. No matter what fate brings us, I will be at Lady Antonia's side. Serving her is my duty, the very reason I was created. Welcome to Hotel Craft. How may I be of service?
New Jenny has something to say.
Will you do, me a favor? For once, it's not difficult or dangerous. Just give this to Alidoro. I'd give it to him myself, but he's in the Barren Swamp now. He'll understand the significance of this gift. I know. Just do this for me, and I'll be grateful.
Gift of gloves made by Eugenie for Alidoro. Uniquely, it only has 4 fingers. Eugenie vividly remembered the stalker who saved her from the workshop tower right before she starved to death. She prepared a thoughtful gift to thank him for his heartbreaking sacrifice. Alright, so this is someone's necklace. I guess this does not look like the locket that we see. That's what I meant to look at. It's like straight up a necklace. Maybe we find that locket in the DLC. Who else?
Whatever choice you make, I shall wait for you. That is why I'm a listener, to bear witness.
I don't want to level up yet.
I'm afraid you saw my bad side at the Grand Exhibition. I was able to escape, thanks to you. I didn't mean to be ungrateful. I'm a soldier from outside Prague. They sent us in pairs to investigate. I got trapped by the blockade and separated from my partner. I don't think the puppets are the only things at play here. Can I stay with you until I get in touch with my partner? I get the puppets, but what are the monsters doing here? What is happening to Kron? I get the puppet. What is happening?
Okay. Probably gonna get off soon. I just want to do a couple things. I do think that that I probably won't continue playing this on stream. This is something I've just been playing offline. Who knows? I want to get back to Resident Evil, so probably be streaming that tomorrow.
Defeated the Black Rabbits? I sure was. Of course I'll open the shop for the guy who freed the Malum district. Take all the time you need.
Did I? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, did I get the record from him yet? Okay, we need a lot of these. What do we have of everything else? Not a lot. Damn, we're getting close to out. With these 4 things, I think. How many do we hold? 8. Add in 5 minutes. Oh, I should have paid attention to how many of those I had. I can't do math. That's enough. I'm gonna try to do one thing in the last 4 minutes, and then I'll end the stream before the ad. I appreciate you being here, though. If you're here lurking or whatever, I appreciate the company. I'm just gonna go drop off this bottle of wine with this person, and then go back to Alidoro to give him the glove, and I think I could do that in 3.5 minutes. Just gotta go over there. Oops.
Ah, lovely wee. Even in the bottle, it has a distinctive shade of red. Thank you, young one. Every step is a struggle when you have the petrification disease. But this glimmer of happier days is priceless. Oh, I almost forgot. Speaking of price,
She gives us
here's
a
what I
coin,
can
right?
spare. Please, take it.
Yeah. It's a commemorative coin. Okay. 2.5 minutes almost. Commemorative coin obtained as a thank you gift, engraved with Venini's face. Maybe we just go to Hotel Krot. Give him this coin. Stop there, and then we'll do the Alidoro thing next time. Or I'll do it the next time I play.
At the House of Venini. Strike a light. You found a commemorative coin dating from the founding of the Venini Foundation. The Foundation is a sort of fan club, sir. A very limited number of these were minted for the original members. Well, once Master Venini established himself as the Prince of High Society, his popularity skyrocketed, and his signature coat and glasses were mass-produced. This is one of the originals, however, from the limited run. Take care of it, won't you? You have restored Master Venini's lost collection. You've earned this small token of appreciation, sir. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
The House of Venini.
Oops. That's it for now. There's gonna be an ad in like less than a minute or so. I'm gonna go ahead and take off before the ad starts. And yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I will be back tomorrow, probably with some Resident Evil 3. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you all again real soon. Go check out the YouTube video if you haven't and you're watching this later. Appreciate it. See you all later.